This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 9th day of August in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking tonight. President David Granger today said that in addition to the substantive police commissioner being someone of good character and intelligent, the person should also be unbribable. Speaking to reporters just after administering the oath of office to the new members of the Police Service Commission, the president said when it comes to the person he wants to head the police force, that person should have the three I's.
The three I's, integrity is the most important, and I'm looking at intelligence and impartiality. I don't give orders to the Commissioner of Police, but I want somebody who's unbribable. I want somebody who's intelligent, and I want somebody who is committed to carrying out the program of security sector reform, who has the initiative and who can generate public trust.
Mr. Granger reminded that for the appointment of a police commissioner, he still has to get advice from the Police Service Commission. The president and the high-level government team interviewed all of the assistant police commissioners a few months back with the hope of identifying leading candidates for the top cop job.
I understand the field from which I have to choose, and the other jurisdictions in the Caribbean have invited officers from other countries like Britain and so on. I don't intend to do that. I think we have the talent in Guyana. I intend to appoint a Guyanese. But I'm looking for somebody who has the intelligence, the impartiality, and the integrity to hold such a position. And the president also announced today that in addition to the appointment of a substantive police commissioner, he will also be appointing 4 deputy police commissioners. The Guyana police force has been without deputy commissioners for a number of years. There are currently 8 assistant police commissioners. Assistant Commissioner David Ramnarine is the acting police commissioner. Retired acting police commissioner Paul Slowe was today sworn in as the chairman of the Police Service Commission. More news in a moment.
Summer is for selfies with lots of data from GTT. Activate a 3-day or more data plan to get up to 35% extra data and the chance to win big. LOL this summer with GTT, Guyana's #1 network.
Summer is for friends, weekly prizes, and super summer getaways from Caribbean Airlines. So top up $1,000 or more and get 25% bonus credit plus a chance to win big. LOL this summer with GTT, Guyana's #1 network.
Welcome back. Retired Assistant Police Commissioner Paul Slowe will be heading the Police Service Commission as its new chairman. He took the oath of office today along with the other members of the Police Service Commission. Under the Constitution, the Police Service Commission has the power to exercise discipline and appoint senior members of the Guyana Police Force. Mr. Slowe today explained that the Commission intends to focus on several issues, but primarily give extra attention to the issues of promotions and discipline.
Well, as was indicated earlier, we have to look at the constitutional mandate, promotions, discipline, very, very important, especially discipline. The system, I think, when I was there, we had lots of issues with the whole process because, as you know, the Constitution dictates that discipline of persons from the rank of inspector to assistant commissioner is the duty of the Service Commission. But for a number of years, we have had issues up to when I left, and I suspect it has continued, where matters are there pending for unduly long periods of time. And as they indicate, justice delayed is justice denied.
Mr. Slowe got the president's support and approval to be a member of the commission and also to serve as its chairman. Opposition leader Barra Jagdeo was not supportive of the Slowe appointment, telling reporters recently that Slowe comes with baggage. In response to that, Mr. Slowe said,
I do have baggage. It's what's in the baggage that is the important thing. The baggage contains discipline, it contains professionalism, it contains measures to deal with corruption, and those are it. So forget about the baggage part, just examine what's inside, and I think that is what I am interested in.
The other members of the Police Service Commission are Public Service Commission Chairman Attorney Michael Summersall, Retired Assistant Commissioner of Police Clinton Conway, Retired Woman Assistant Commissioner of Police Vesta Adams, and Retired Woman Assistant Commissioner of Police Claire Jarvis. In the world of politics, leader of the opposition Barra Jagdeo today said while he understands how government could use direct transfers of cash to get people out of poverty, many citizens could run away with the wrong impression. He said a credit system through commercial banks might be a better option. Speaking at his weekly media conference today, Mr. Jagdeo said Professor Clive Thomas's suggestion that a percentage of the oil earnings could go towards making $5,000 available to every household offers an impression that people could stop working and depend on the money.
Governments should do this sort of thing, but not to create a syndrome where people believe or to create the impression that because oil is coming, we will get a sum of money every year and we have to stop working.
Mr. Jagdeo said while he would not criticize citizens for expecting more, he has a huge problem with people being misled. The government has not put forward any official position on the Clive Thomas suggestion, although Natural Resources Minister Raphael Trotman said on Wednesday that it is a suggestion that should be closely looked at and one that he would support in the government. But according to Mr. Jagdeo, renowned economist Professor Clive Thomas may be just talking off the top of his head.
I have a huge problem with our government misleading and all of these, the Clive Thomases and everybody else going out and talking off the top of their head.
Mr. Jagdeo made it clear, however, that he is not against the suggestion, but there would need to be some conditions since the country might have to cater for those years when oil prices might go down and the earnings will also drop. Let's tell you now that the owner of the Pegasus Hotel, Robert Badal, is denying reports that during Sunday's small fire in one of the kitchens at the hotel, smoke alarms never went off and exit doors were padlocked. In a statement today, Mr. Badal explained that there is a multitude of misinformation and lies that have been appearing in the media about the incident. The media reported on statements made by one of the guests of the hotel after the evacuation took place, but the hotel is saying that the person who gave the statements to the media might not have been a guest there. According to the hotel, the account of one person saying that he was a pastor and having to evacuate his family from a higher floor and saw chains on exit doors was totally false. The hotel says it put all families on the same floor, and there is no record of that pastor ever being a guest. Mr. Badal also explained that when the small fire was ignited on a fryer in the kitchen, it was extinguished within 10 minutes by hotel staff, as the smoke alarm triggered emergency responses. He said it was residual smoke that entered the lobby and a few other areas, which caused anxieties and inconveniences to some of the guests. According to the owner, while there was no immediate serious danger, management decided to evacuate guests for a short period of time out of an abundance of caution. He said the evacuation was orderly and swift as smoke alarms in every room alerted the guests. Mr. Badal said by the time the fire service arrived on the scene, the fire was already extinguished and evacuations were near completed. And finally this evening, it appears as though the government will be pushing ahead with legislation that will see lighter sentences for persons found with small amounts of marijuana. Minister of Public Telecommunications Cathy Hughes announced yesterday that there is a pending cabinet memo that recognizes that the APNU has now come on board and is supporting the AFC's position regarding the reduction of penalties with regards to marijuana and possession issues. It was AFC Member of Parliament Michael Carrington who took an amendment to the National Assembly more than a year ago, pushing for lighter sentences for small amounts of marijuana. The AFC was first to support its member in the coalition government, but the APNU, while agreeing that there should be lighter sentences, had not until now indicated a move to support Carrington's high-grade amendment. Once the item makes its way back up the order paper, it is likely to receive the full support of the National Assembly, since the opposition leader Barra Jagdeo has also indicated that he too believes there should be lighter sentences for small amounts of marijuana. And on that high note, that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.